It's finally happening, guys. I'm going to try to make some Birria Tacos. Hey guys, this is Regina Cordell and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to take a stab at these Birria Tacos that I've seen all around YouTube and the web. So this video includes a little bit of this and that from everybody all over the internet. Here's what I've used. Now some of these ingredients are a little different from the clip, so take a look or take a screenshot and also link the recipe down below, and it goes to the blog with everything there. So I have a little chuck roast, salt and pepper to taste, 2 bouillon cubes, a generous 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried onions, 3 bay leaves, 3 guajillo peppers, 3 chipotle peppers, 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, 1 small onion divided, 2 garlic cloves, 3 chopped cloves, oregano, and some more goodies like the corn tortillas. So here's how it all went down. First I start with, I think it's a 4-pound chuck roast. I slice it in half because I'm going to use 1/2 for the tacos and the other half for a beef biryani dish that I did not film. This is the small onion that I use. I'm going to chop it in half. I'm going to use half of it for the searing process, and the other half I'm going to put in the crock pot for the cooking of the roast. First, I'm going to season with just basic salt, pepper, and onion powders on both sides. This chuck roast does not have a lot of marbling in it. There's a little more fat on the other side, but not a whole lot. I've noticed in this area, they don't leave a lot of fat on the meat like they do in the Deep South. We have to talk about that. I've also added a little onion powder. Once I do both sides, I am going to start to sear. I'm also adding these 2 chopped garlic cloves to the crock pot. There's the crushed red pepper for the crock pot, onion powder, garlic powder, 1 bouillon, actually it's 2, I'll add it another a little later on, and 1 cup of water, and I'll allow that to heat up while the searing is taking place. Look at that. I let it sear for about 3.5 minutes on both sides, and I tried to get the sides as well, and then I put it in the crock pot for about 3.5 hours. Now here's the part that I was a little nervous about working with these peppers because I hadn't before. On one recipe it said to boil some water, take 3 of these babies, de-seed them, and put them in the water. That's the cloves because I couldn't find any ground up cloves. And there's a little bit of action in the crock pot. That's the oregano. There are the bay leaves. And now we're back over to the peppers. They're done boiling. I let them boil about 15 minutes. I'm not using that water as suggested because it is a little bitter, and she's right, these peppers are bitter. So if you want to add a little bit of sugar to the crock pot, maybe a 1/2 teaspoon to cut some of this bitterness, that should be okay. I put only 1 of these in the blending mix because just opening the can, I knew they were hot. I put about a half a cup of water in there and let it work its magic. I probably let this blend for about a minute or two until it was all nice and even. Then I poured it into the crock pot, probably about 2 hours in. I didn't put it in right away like some recipes suggest. These are the 2 cheeses I'm working with only because I didn't have a lot of mozzarella left, but the ones with the mozzarella did taste a lot better. I have these gorgeous corn tortillas that I'm heating up in butter, not with the skim fat like the other recipes suggest, because I knew that some of the juice and fat would roll over into the pan like it is doing here, and that would be plenty for me. I just didn't want to make a mess and didn't want to risk ripping the tortillas, as I did a little bit because I was using that fork. I did switch to a spatula eventually. So there they are. In order for them to get the crispness that I wanted on both sides, I probably had it on the pan about 4 minutes on both sides because I needed to have that crunch like I saw on another video. And there they are. They're almost ready. Don't worry about the cheese. It should not stick. It just provides another layer of crispy, crunchy deliciousness, and it is almost time to eat, guys. I have been wanting to taste this forever, and here we are. And I paired it with a little bit of rice. No, it's not low carb. No, it's not healthy, but hey, we knew that going in. So tell me in the comments if you've tried these or tried these at home. I have a little extra dipping sauce from my crock pot and has little bits of meat in there. That heat is wonderful, but not too powerful. So if you want the recipe, check Sneakers and Forks online. In a couple days, click the link for how I did this. And I will see you guys on the next video.